Have you ever wondered what it's really like to sail to other countries? To dive amazing locations and explore the world on a yacht? Then come with us. You're joining us today as we're just leaving Lord Howe Island on an 840 nautical mile journey to get into Opua in the Bay of Islands, New Zealand.
Can you tell me that you see me now? Breathe in, breathe out.
As we exit the North Passage, Denise is going to keep an eye on the lead lights, as the last lateral marker showing the reef is missing.
We're port at the moment, Jamie. And yellow and white. Yeah, that was a big wiggle. You happy? 786, but it's a lot more than that.
Mount Gower is just such a stunningly beautiful escarpment. Have a look at that. Oh well, had to say goodbye sometime. Off to New Zealand.
So can you stay for a while? Can you stay for a while?
Maybe we're not going due south, or we can put the spinnaker up and just gobble up the mile. How's it going?
Good. Doing 9 knots. Take it while we can. It's a bit cold.
Pyramid. So that is 550 metres high. For more on Ball's Pyramid, check out Adventure 24.
Take a breath and open up your eyes. It's a brand new day, brand new day. Watch the sunrise. And every time you feel you're down to yourself, look inside, you'll find you got what it takes. Yeah, I can tell, 'cause you can make it.
It's a bit cool and a bit windy, but we're making good progress. We've had the roughest 24 hours I think we've either ever had, or certainly for the start of the passage had.
Top 10.
Denise thinks top 10. So overnight we had 33 knots, where it didn't drop below 30 for a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, something like that. So full wet weather gear, and even with that we were still getting wet. Look, he's done a really good job. We've got 2 reefs in, no head sail, so essentially we're flying like a handkerchief worth of sailing.
And we're doing 6.5 to 7 knots, which is really good. We actually ended up doing about 10 last night. We started the night with a reefed head sail and 1 reef in the main. And then at 3 a.m. we were doing 30 knots. We had 30 knots of wind speed and just started to feel really... It went from unpleasant to possibly verging maybe on getting a bit unsafe because we were going so fast. And the waves were coming off the side of the boat, over the boat sideways, which is really unpleasant. So reefed the second main and then pulled the head sail in altogether. Jamie did that. He's a dead set legend. And then we abandoned all shifts. Just had random sleeps, mainly me, not Jamie. once again, dead set legend. But he's just had 3 hours sleep. Slight compensation for his heroic efforts overnight. Love you, baby. Dinner's being microwaved that I made beforehand. The weather's alright. Settled down. It's much better than yesterday. That was just needs to be erased from everyone's memory. It's so horrible. Doing decent speed. Waves picking up again though. Did you have a look, Johnny?
Yeah.
That could f*** off.
What's dinner?
Didn't I say? Chicken curry?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, chicken curry. With little bits of leftover roti.
Certainly dramatically different to yesterday, that's for sure. So we're still doing 5.4, sometimes 6 knots, and only 9 knots of wind, which is pretty good. 526 nautical miles until we turn at the top of New Zealand, and then at the top there it's about 130 from there down to Opua. So if this continued, we'd be very happy. However, the current wind direction, which is the south, we're not meant to be having that right now. We're meant to be having northerlies. Go figure. But we'll certainly happily take this for as long as we can, because it's quite good sailing and a lot more comfortable.
Then we've had a bit of an oil leak, a tiny one in Porty. No, Starby. We were running Starby last night. The oil light came on after we just topped it up with oil, which is very unusual. So Jamie's been in his little house. And
Yeah, I think there's a plug that's come out. And the plug is like a little over-pressurisation thing in case there was ever too much pressure in the oil. I don't know why, but...
it's going to require you to stick your hands in the bilge.
well, in the
Oil
sump that
sump.
sits underneath the engine. Not the engine sump, but there's actually a sump for catching the oil. I'm going to need some new gloves, and I definitely need a plastic bag. That is unbelievable. I just found it.
Did the sweep method work?
Yeah. Hang on, I'll show you. That is the little over-pressurisation plug. The question is, why did it come out? Because we haven't been overfilling with oil.
Well, could it be that with all the cleaning we've done, we could have
Bumped it?
bumped it maybe?
Maybe.
If it wasn't in properly?
Maybe.
Could we have overfilled it with oil yesterday?
No, I don't believe so. We check it continuously as we fill. I say we. I check it continuously.
Beautiful blue of the Pacific. Great to see, even though it is a bit chilly. And we have got 400 nautical miles to go to the turn, is what we're calling it. The turn being the top point, northernmost point of New Zealand. At which time we will then turn essentially due south to get down to Opua, which is another 130-ish nautical miles. But at the moment our distance to waypoint is counting the north tip of New Zealand.
I'm gonna put no one above you. I'm gonna hold you like a child.
Day 4 update from Jamie, although to be fair it's just ticked over to day 4. What's happening? Naps, movies, listening to our books, just did a walk around inspection of all the rigging and stuff, which I do every day. It's under a lot of stress, so it's good to check. Things fall off. Good to find them before they do. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We are changing daylight saving. We're having daylight savings every second day because we've got 2 hours to make up to get to, or to lose, I should say, to get to New Zealand. It's overcast. It's cold. We're sleep deprived. We're not grumpy though. Making good time in reasonable conditions. I'd even say good conditions, except it's just so damn cold. And boats are really loud. That creek in particular, it's extremely loud at night. It's the block from the head sail. The ropes creak, the winches creak, the waves slam into the hulls. It's just really loud. And you walk around like you're surfing the whole time, which gets really exhausting. Yeah. Dinner's defrosting. And contemplating some chips. Crisps.
With the brakes that fall wide open, I find a way to keep it mild. I find a way to keep it mild. I'm gonna wait until you're ready. I'm gonna put no pressure on.
It is midnight on our fourth night. I'm just coming on shift. Denise just gone to bed. And I've made myself a cup of coffee. Where is it? There it is. Got myself a cookie. Obviously got my harness and weather jacket on. Still cold outside. Otherwise, about to settle in for my 4-hour shift, listening to my book.
Flag day. Technically tomorrow's flag day, but we think it's going to rain, so we're going to do it today. So, entering a new country, you have to fly quarantine flag, yellow, which stays up until biosecurity, customs and immigration clear you. And then it is the courtesy to fly a courtesy flag when you're in the country of their country. And that is the maritime New Zealand flag. It's white, red, not blue. Why have we got a maritime one? Because that's what came in the pack. Technically you're meant to fly on the right hand side of your mast, but we rigged this up on our left hand side of our mast years ago, so we're staying with that. Jamie's going to run them up.
Ta-da! New Zealand, here we come. And there is our first sight of New Zealand's mainland.
And the wind won't be too long.
That's a sight for sore eyes. Tired eyes, at least.
I know it won't be too long.
Time to turn around the top of New Zealand's North Island and make our way to Opua. There we go. And we have 73 nautical miles to go until we get to the entrance. And then I think there's another 7 nautical miles once we enter the bay to get to Opua.
Jesus.
I'm just so tired.
We're in New Zealand waters, biding away the day, because we're going to get in at like 10, maybe 11 o'clock tonight. So I thought I'd have a look at the weather. So we're tropical people, and we've come to New Zealand in summer. Just to be clear, it's the middle of December. Today, 20 and rain. Tomorrow, 23 and rain. Monday, 22 and rain. Tuesday, 21 and rain.
Knowing the channel into Opua is very well lit, we followed the channel markers and got in just before midnight.
There goes the quarantine guy, all done. And now the flag can come down.
Build yourself a tree house.
And it's official, we're in New Zealand. Join us next week as we explore the Bay of Islands. I have the joy of unblocking a holding tank. and we install our new Starlink.